আসসালামাইকুম, হাই মাই লাভলি ভিউয়ার্স, ওয়েলকাম ব্যাক টু জেরিনস ফ্যামিলি কিচেন। আজ আমি আবারও চলে এসেছি নতুন আরেকটি ভিডিও নিয়ে। আশা করি সবাই ভালো আছেন। আলহামদুলিল্লাহ আমিও ভালো আছি। লাস্ট ব্লগে দেখিয়েছিলাম আমরা জাস্ট নিউ ইয়র্ক টু লেক জর্জে গিয়েছিলাম, সেই আর কি আপনার জার্নিটা আপনাদের সাথে শেয়ার করেছি। তারপরে আজকে বলেছিলাম যে আমি এখানে যে বোট স্টিম জার্নিটা শেয়ার করব, তো ওইটাই এখন আপনাদের সাথে শেয়ার করছি। আমরা এখন শিপে উঠে যাচ্ছি, এই শিপে ঢুকবো। এখানে আমরা 2 আওয়ার্সের জন্য $31 করে নিয়েছে শিপের টিকিট। এই যে বিরাট বড় লাইন, 2:30-তে আপনার এখানে ছাড়বে। চেক করা হচ্ছে। এই যে আমরা শিপে উঠে যাচ্ছি, এখনই আমরা শিপে উঠবো। এইটা থ্যাংক ইউ। রোদ্রে রোদ্রে ভিতরে রোদ্রে মধ্যে বসবা, জায়গা আছে সামনে যাবো না, সামনে থাকতে পারে একদিন সামনে কি হবে, পয়সা জানলাম আমি, পয়সা জানলাতে মামিরা পাবে না। এত সুন্দর ভিউ, সব কিছু ব্যবস্থা আছে এখানে। এটা ডাউনস্টেয়ার নিচে আসছে, এখানে খাবার দাবারও ব্যস্ত আছে। আমি আর ভয়েস ওভার করছি না, কারণ এখানে আপনার জাস্ট রিয়েল ডিসক্রিপশন দিচ্ছিল, ওটাই রেখেছি। আশা করি আপনারা জাস্ট তারা বর্ণনাগুলি বুঝে নেবেন, এই জন্য রেখেছি যাতে আপনারা সব কিছু বুঝতে পারেন, এই জন্য আর ভয়েস ওভার করছি না।
But may offer some uneven footing at times, so please watch your step. Please use the handrails when traveling up and down the stairways. Remember, the boat is in motion at all times. Also, please watch your step in any raised doorways. Do not sit or climb on any railings or fences aboard the vessel, or stand on any of the deck chairs. Parents, please keep a close eye on your children. Children, please keep a close eye on Mom and Dad for me too.
Yes.
Life jackets are carried for emergency purposes. There are marked locations throughout the vessel. Instructions are posted how to put life jackets on, and the ship's crew is well trained in the proper use and donning of the ship's life jackets. The ship's PA system will be used to alert you of any safety precautions that may arise during the trip. Now, if you're on the outer decks, I have to sound one long blast on our ship's whistle. This can be quite loud for the ears of any small children. Here we go, cover your ears. Or vacate for the remainder of the cruise. Please do not sit or climb on any deck chairs. We also ask parents to keep a close eye on their children.
হ্যাঁ, নারায়ণগঞ্জ শিপ ছেড়ে দিয়েছে। আপনার চলে যাচ্ছে, ছেড়ে দিয়েছে, শিপ ছেড়ে দিয়েছে, যেমন যাচ্ছি। যাচ্ছি আমরা সব।
32 miles long, nearly 3 miles wide at its widest point. It flows northward from Lake George Village into the town of Ticonderoga, where it terminates into a series of rapids and falls known as the Chute. Drops about 200 feet emptying into Lake Champlain. Lake George sits about 300 feet above sea level. Lake Champlain around 90. Now there are no navigable inlets or outlets to this lake. It's a landlocked lake, and it's fed by mountain streams and underground springs, which help give its clarity and purity. It was first settled by the Native Americans in this region. They referred to the lake as Andiataracte, or Lake that shuts itself in. Later, a French Jesuit missionary by the name of Father Isaac Jogues would find the lake, and on the eve of the Holy Day Corpus Christi, he renamed the lake Lac du Saint Sacrament, or Lake of the Blessed Sacrament. 1755 would bring the first Englishman to the area. His name, Sir William Johnson. Now, he built Fort William Henry, reconstruction of that fort is right across the street from the boat we got on today. And he would rename it Lake George. He was politically minded. He named it after King George II of England. Now, for the next few miles of Lake George's western shoreline, let's go off to our left, the moment we narrate today. It's called Lake George's Millionaire Row. Many of America's early rich industrialists came to build their summer cottages here. More like mansions, but American painted. Also deep in the bay, you'll see a white home wraparound front porch kind of perched up on a rocky outcropping. That was home to Evangeline Booth. She was daughter of General William Booth. He was the founder of the Salvation Army. This is Pea Island. It's the southernmost island on the lake. It's a name for a small tea house which used to stand along the shores. Residents staying at the Fort William Henry Hotel would be rolled out here for their afternoon tea. Today it's privately owned, and you see a nice secluded swimming spot and a cabin there. Charles Tuttle on this mansion cream one on the point, scared by the trees. And he's a politician here. It marks a historic dive site called the Radeau. French term meaning land tortoise. It was a ship used during the French and Indian War to carry troops and supplies about the lake. That one's on the bottom at about 110 feet of water, perfectly preserved. Registered scuba divers can go down and view it. It's one of a few historic dive sites maintained by a group called the Bateau Below. And notice one of Lake George's famous tiki barges off to our right. They're out taking some people out. Kind of a neat site. Lake George's Millionaire's Row is the stone one with all the chimneys. A newer addition to the right. That's home to Edward Morris Shepherd, a prominent attorney out of New York City. He became a great benefactor to the Lake George area. Donate many lands, including Shepherd's Park Beach, right in Lake George Village. A later owner was Charles R. Wood, founder of the Storytown Amusement Park, better known today as the Six Flags Great Escape. New owners purchased it, built the addition on the right. That's a large conference center. It's now known as the Inn at Earl West. State-owned, open for picnicking and day use. Gets its name for small quartz-like crystals sometimes found along the shores resembling diamonds. Bring up Fort William Henry. The fort was under constant attack since 1755 in its construction. They were able to repel most of the French attacks, but when Montcalm came down, he attacked the fort, burned it to the ground, killed many of his defenders. It became known as the Fort William Henry Massacre, made famous by Last to the Mohegans from James Fenimore Cooper. Residence of the local politician Charles Evans Hughes. He'd be twice appointed to the Supreme Court, once as Chief Justice. He'd also be appointed to be Secretary of the State. He'd even run for the presidency, but he'd lose in a rather close race to Woodrow Wilson. Today it's the site of the Cannon Point condominiums. Large sailing regattas spanning the open water. wide. Now the lake played its largest role in American history during the French and Indian War. At that time it was all part of a strategic water highway consisting of Lake Champlain to the north, and the Hudson River to our south. No navigable inlets or outlets lake though, once again, but short overland connections between the three bodies of water do exist, and both the French and the British fought many battles and skirmishes in this area for control. They knew control of these strategic water highways and control of the continent. Now both the French and the British maintained forts. The French had Fort Carillon as it was known. Today it's known as Fort Ticonderoga, the Great Stone Fortress up north. And the British built Fort William Henry. Reconstruction of that fort is right in Lake George Village on the original site. Played a lesser role during the American Revolution. The General Knox would go to Ticonderoga, secure heavy artillery pieces, necessity for the war effort. He would drag them over the mountains across the Lake George, sail them down south. 28-day journey all the way to Boston. They put them at Bridge for his then ailing wife Katrina. Now this is Recluse Island to our left. It said that a missionary hit on this island to escape persecution from the local Native Americans in the region. Later settlers to this island found his diary along the rocky shores, in which he referred to the island as his Recluse. A couple of them had their own show on the Food Network, believe it or not. White colonial colonnade in front of home with the matching boathouse. That's home to the Bixby's of St. Louis. Mr. Bixby was the financial backer of Charles Lindbergh's flight across the Atlantic. Charles Lindbergh named his plane the Spirit of St. Louis in honor of the Bixby's from St. Louis. Also deep in the bay, you'll see the newly reconstructed Bolton Town Pier. Steamboat landing. We'll be stopping here tomorrow in the morning and afternoon on our full length of the lake cruise. Today we're going to go about halfway. If you want to join us tomorrow, 10 o'clock, we'll depart the Steel Pier. You can get on, go the whole length and back. Or if you don't want to see any of the stuff we saw today, join us in Bolton. Around 11 o'clock, we'll pick you up, go to the other end, we'll drop you back off, and we'll trolley ride to and from the village if you're interested. Or you can actually drive your island on the lake. Only one connected to the mainland via bridge off to our left. I'm going to take you in close here to show you the Sagamore Hotel. It'll be off our left. Come around, go right up along the front, see a nice picture. Very picturesque spot. It's undergone a lot of renovation. And there's a swimming pool up there. About 10-12 years ago, Today Show filmed here from the swimming pool. Like we said, it's one of the last great remaining hotels. Nice. Beautiful spot here. Sometimes I'll have weddings right down here on the lawn. We're going to say hello to everybody with our whistles. It is a nice peaceful spot except for a tour boat that comes by and blows its whistles. Golfers, anybody like golf aboard? PGA style golf course on the mainland, Donald Roth design. Anybody anybody likes food like me, I think we have 5 or 6 restaurants, fine dining here. Beautiful spot. Here's one of the restaurants right down here at the water's edge. Punch up in the hotel as well.
ওঠার সময় ওরা এরকম ছবি তুলে রেখেছিল, ওটাই আমাদের দেখাচ্ছিল। জাস্ট নিলে আপনার $35 দিয়ে নিতে হবে, এরকম ব্যবস্থা ওরা করে রেখেছিল।
এইবারে ছিল 1932 ভাইস প্রেসিডেন্ট নিক্সন।
There's an underwater cable run out to it for power. We have gas like that. Many of the islands have no power though. Owned by New York State. Campers delight out here. Kayak their way down to the lake. Island to yourself. You don't want to sleep walk though. First step up them cliffs in the middle of the night and wake you right up. Now, obviously, access here is by boat only. Cost you about $30 a night. State will provide you dock, tent platform, sanitation facilities. Now, what if you're in the area and you don't have a boat? Some of the local marinas will actually bring you out, and then they'll come out and check on you and pick you up when you're done camping. Over towards the eastern shore. Eastern shore is more residential in nature. A nice view here through the Narrows, though.
করছি আমরা।
That looks fun. So fun. You don't really have to hold on to that one. No, you don't. That's the best part.
Often the commission officers would separate themselves from the infantry. Commission officers would camp here, while the infantry camped on shore and on other islands. Thus the name, the Commission Islands, Camping Islands. Buoys mean they're not there for decoration. And you should always ask a local when you rent or purchase a boat, what should you look out for? This is one of the places they'll tell you here on Lake George. Look out for the fields. In fact, you can even see one of the little rocks just breaking the surface there. 2 summers ago, we saw a great big boat right on top of that rock, high and dry. They went through full speed and found themselves dying a little sooner than they thought. This large antique boat is actually an old boat, of course, but it's also been electrified. It's an electric boat today. That's the future, folks. Electric cars, electric trucks, electric boats. And a white bridge. By the way, when we get back to the village right across the street is the old train station. It's an upscale gift shop today. A lot of books on the history of the area. Check it out when you get off the Mohegan. Right across the street from where we dock. And because this is the widest part of the lake through here, sometimes you get much more than reviews. You want to make sure your tent is secured down to the ground.
লাভলি ভিউয়ার্স, কেমন লাগলো আজকের ভিডিওটি? আশা করি ভালো লেগেছে। জাস্ট আপনার বোটে করে সুন্দর করে সৌন্দর্য উপভোগ করেছেন আমাদের সাথে সাথে আপনারা। আমরা তো আবেগে আপ্লুত হয়ে গিয়েছিলাম, এত ভালো লাগছিল, অনেক ভালো লাগছিল, যা ভাষায় প্রকাশ করার মতো নাই। এই তো আমাদের এখন বোটটা জাস্ট বেড়ে যাবে, আমাদের সময় শেষ, আমরা এখন নেমে যাব। যদি ভিডিওটি ভালো লাগে অবশ্যই লাইক, কমেন্ট, শেয়ার ও সাবস্ক্রাইব টু মাই চ্যানেল প্লিজ। ভিডিওটি একটু বড় হয়ে গিয়েছে, জাস্ট 2.5 ঘন্টার জার্নি আপনারা জাস্ট আমি 22 মিনিটে শেষ করার চেষ্টা করেছি। ধৈর্য সহকারে দেখবেন, আর বাড়াচ্ছি না। আল্লাহ হাফেজ।